Okay. So obviously these last few weeks we've been talking about social media as a whole, different apps to use and videos and everything like that. And something we talked about a couple times was AI. And we're going to talk about that today because something's happened with AI videos that tells you a lot about how consumers feel about that. And then we're going to get into how do we frame social media as part of your process during a listing presentation and why that's important. And then we're going to set some goals for our final week together. Everyone's going to select one goal based on what you want to do, what you've been learning in the social media power hours, what you haven't done yet but want to do. And then next week we're going to pick it up and everyone's going to share what happened with that goal. So yeah, let's get started. So AI, we talked about AI, and I think Nancy had brought it up a couple times, that she's kind of saw this coming. So there's an app called Vine. It used to be around, and it was real videos by real people. They were funny. They were like 6 seconds long, and that was it. And there was hundreds and thousands of videos and tons of creators, tons of people have built businesses based on these videos. And Jack Dorsey, who actually was the CEO of Twitter, has bought the rights to Vine and is rebooting it as Divine. And it's real videos without AI. AI will be banned on this app. You have no idea how many people are on the waiting list to download this app. Vine was like the original TikTok, but like I said, it was real videos. There was no editing. It was, if you were jumping in the pool, you were actually jumping in the pool. If you were dressed up, you were actually dressed up, like stuff like that. And this app making a comeback says a lot about what consumers want out of social media, out of videos. They want to see the real people behind the camera. They want to know you as a person. As much as AI can help in creating ideas and helping you write like listing descriptions and help with some editing, people don't want AI to be the number one focus of all your marketing because that's not authentic. And that's what this reboot of Vine is showing us with their big marketing ploy being real videos without AI. Anyone want to share any thoughts on this? Have you guys heard of this? This just happened like in the last week. No thoughts from anybody? Okay.
Never used mine.
Never used Vine? No?
I know of it, but I was never.
I heard about it, but I think it just kind of went away. So I guess it's back. And
Yeah, so Vine's definitely back. Well, it's coming back. They're working on it. He had to basically buy the rights to all the videos. And now creators that don't want their videos on the new app then have to send like a letter to the company saying, please remove my video. So like there's a lot of legal stuff happening with it. But the fact that he's bought it and he wants to bring it back without any AI is huge. Yes, Nancy.
I think the problem is AI came on too strong, too fast. And it was like, it's too like in our face. And I think that's why people are like, even when you scroll through Facebook, you see things, you're like, AI, AI, AI. Like nothing's real anymore. And I think people are starting to divert back to things that are real. And that's exactly what these people are doing.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think this definitely gives us some keen insight into what consumers are thinking and how we can structure our own marketing and our own social media based on that. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. The next thing we're going to talk about is something I know Lorena has brought it to my attention. A couple other agents have said it to me before. Has anyone been asked by a seller or in a listing presentation, what you can do as the agent on social media to market the listing. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of nodding heads. Does anyone want to talk about kind of how they approach that when they're asked, so what are you going to do for me on social media?
Well, that's not over the top difficult. Actually, somebody asked me that the other day. What are you going to do? Well, it's an off-grid property. I'm going to put it on Off-Grid Properties Ontario. I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to put it on Northern Ontario Properties. I'm going to, put it on all of these different places. Sorry.
Fine, coffee didn't go everywhere, it's fine.
That would have been bad.
In that instance, that's very unique to that property, right? Anyone else that's kind of, I know Herb, you do a lot on social media. Have you ever been asked, or your team ever been asked?
No, but
No.
we tell them.
Okay.
So
So you lead with it.
we lead with it because we tell them when you use us, our team will post on a regular basis on social media. We'll do video walkthroughs. We'll do the whole thing.
Okay, so you kind of just say it in your speech.
In our speech, when we're talking to people, we immediately tell them. That way, we're covering all of our bases, just in case, because we like to tell people what we do, so that way, in case they never thought of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't know social media was such a big thing for real estate. I didn't ask, but thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
And we hear that a lot. It's like, oh, thank you for telling me, letting me know that, because it's something that they didn't think of.
Yeah.
We also tell them we use drones and gimbals so that we are investing in our production and stuff like that.
Yeah, your team does your own videos and own photos and stuff. So that's definitely something that's key in explaining.
It is key because we get to go back and do it again. Like, hey, you missed this, or that part wasn't ready. Can you come back and do a photo again? Or now that the leaves are falling and winter's coming, can you do another drone shot? We have that ability.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because this was a question that was posed to our team yesterday. Can you please share your social media pages? So this is the listing we have that we have been marketing. Obviously, it's actually the one we talked about last week. And this was a question that was posed to us. And I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention because it is something we've talked about in the past, but we haven't really talked about it recently. And as we're talking about social media, I wanted to bring this up again. So what are the next steps when someone asks this question or you're leading with this? So the first thing is, thanks to reality TV, consumers kind of have this idea of what they think we do all day. And a lot of that is based on social media and, all these realtors, dressed to the nines, whatever. But the point is, people make assumptions about what we do. So we always want to assume that they want us to market it on social media. Obviously, that's a question for your seller, but the assumption is you're going to, so be ready to answer that question. And something that Lorena had brought to my attention previously was someone asked her, okay, it's great that you're going to market it, but how many followers do you have? Now, this is not something a lot of people are concerned with, but it does come up. So the way to kind of get around that, if you're not as big on social media, but it's something that's come up with a client and it's a concern for them, is remember that Realty Executives is part of your team. So the pages that we have, the followers we have, the eyes on our pages, they are all connected to you. So when someone says, well, you don't have XYZ followers, understand that the brokerage, Realty Executives Regional, Realty Executives International, those are all ways to get eyes on this property and can and should be included when you talk about marketing on social media for a property. The other thing I have here is be prepared. I know that you guys are obviously answering questions when they come up. You're saying it in person, but something that actually Gautam brought to us when he was showing us his presentation, his listing presentation, probably a year or two ago, was he shares all the analytics for his social media in his listing presentation. He shows them exactly what he's going to do. He shows them exactly the numbers that he can get based on what he markets. You also want to be including your social media in your emails, your business cards, your print marketing. You want to add your social media handles there so it's never a question as to where to find you. And I wanted to add this point too. Doing your best is the perfect amount. No one is asking you to go viral on TikTok. No one is asking you to be an influencer. If a seller wants to work with a Instagram real estate influencer, they will. They're very easy to find. They just want to know that their home is being showcased, respected, and receiving the highest amount of purposeful views based on that content. So I'm never asking you guys to you have to go viral or anything like that, but you do want to be prepared and ensure that social media is part of what you're presenting to any potential seller. This is actually a clip from Gautam's listing presentation where he shows his Facebook, his TikTok, the apps that he uses, and what impressions, reach, and engagement he is getting based on those posts that he does. He obviously does a little blurb on the left about how Facebook and TikTok reach users and how we fully leverage the platform. He does paid marketing for his listings, and I know that's something James Kavanaugh talked about that him and Veronica do on their listings. They use Facebook and Instagram advertising. And from that, it's not just to get the eyes on the listing and leave it alone. It's you also want to be using, again, remember, using all of the content that you can, repurposing it. And he uses that in his listing presentation to show exactly what he's going to do for you and where his own money is going to market these properties. Yes, question.
I have a question or a suggestion. One of the things that I'm not hearing, and I have heard in other presentations, by the way, I did a sneak surprise. Hello, everybody. One of the things I don't see up here, and I haven't heard anybody say, is you know that social media is where people expect to see it, right? Anytime I do a presentation with a buyer or a seller, and you guys have heard me, and I've heard lots of you do the same thing, it's a team effort. Why aren't you engaging the seller's team as well? What I mean by that is they should be posting it on their social medias, right? So you say to them, look, this is a collaborative thing, right? So I'll get it professionally done, or we'll do it, and I have all the, but nobody knows you better than your community, the people that know you and your socials. So I'll send you the link, or even better, let's put it all together so that everybody, including your community, know that what's going on with your property. Okay? Because then you're getting engagement. And what's going to happen is if all of a sudden they start getting positive engagement from people in their social, people, hey, what a great looking house. I didn't realize how, you decorated so well, or blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden they're starting to go, oh, they're getting engagement. And then they're going to share that with you. And then it becomes a team effort. So don't forget about the people that are your clients and get them to put your information out there. So we want to make sure we send the builder all our stuff and ask them to post it on their website, post it on their socials. But that should go for anybody, any listing, okay?
I was somewhere with my train of thought.
I was just gonna say awkward silence.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
But yeah, very, very key. I also think I know that some people have shared with me some videos they've seen on socials from other agents, some more, I would say, nobody from our office, but independent agents who are not collaborative, who like to share that things like open houses and posting on socials is just a way of a realtor promoting themselves and not so much the property, which I don't agree with. But I think leveraging the seller's database and their social media just over the top conveys to the seller that this is about you and your home and it's not about me. So just wanted to add that point too. So this presentation that Gautam has here, his listing presentation, where he adds all these socials, is actually available in Prime Agent. So in Prime Agent, in the marketing section under Marketing Library, so first you log into Prime Agent, you open the marketing tab, you go into the marketing library. You'll see a folder called Listing and Prospecting Materials. From there, you'll click into where it says Listing Presentation and find the Canadian version. From there, you open it up in Canva and you can edit. This is almost already set for you. There's already a blurb about social media. There's already a blurb talking about where to find listings. You just have to customize it a little bit based on what you specifically do. So for Nancy, if you wanted to use this and add in, okay, for this type of property, this is what I do. For this type of property, this is what I do. So it is specific, but it's generic enough that you can use it in any setting and people can still see exactly what you're going to do for their property. For Blue Umbrella Team, Herb, Joseph, and Matthew, having a listing presentation like this, including the fact that, you know, these are all the not appliances, but all the tools that we use, the physical tools. We can come back at any time. We can do X, Y, Z because we are an in-house team, stuff like that. That would be great to add in there as well. The analytics and everything that Gautam showed are mostly from Facebook advertising. So I wanted to remind everybody that there is a Facebook lead generation video on our YouTube. When I send out this presentation, you'll just be able to click on the video and it'll open right up. When you do any type of Facebook advertising and stuff, yes, it's great to promote the house, but you want to keep your sellers updated on the analytics of that Facebook advertising. How many leads are you getting? How many clicks are you getting? You want to be able to add that into your listing presentation to show future sellers what's going on. What can you do to promote? So before we move on to the designs we helped imagine last week, did anyone want to share what they do in their listing presentation or what they want to do in their listing presentation, what they think they're going to add based on what we talked about today? Nobody's changing anything? Okay. I'll move on. So last week we talked about designing some content based on the 15 Venture Way in Thorold. And one of the things we talked about was with Julia. She was saying, well, you could do a before shot and then a staged photo on top of the first photo to show what it would look like with furniture. We also talked about Alroy. He was talking about doing a video about an accessory dwelling or an accessory unit in the basement. And that was something that actually Matthew and I did a video about that this weekend. We also talked about, I wanted to do something based on the little Mii's from the Wii games, running through the floor plan and then going into the house. So I haven't done that part yet. But yeah, and Matthew and I did actually do what he had said he was going to do. We went and we did video walkthroughs of the house. And Herb obviously gave us the video last week that he did. So I really liked Julia's idea about doing the two photos. So I did some designs here. One of them is with the free version of Canva. One of them is with the pro version of Canva. I wanted to use both because I do want people to be able to do this if they have staged photos or photos they want to put on top. So For anyone that doesn't know, there was kind of an internet outage this morning. So there's a company called, I think it's Cloudforce or Cloudflare, and the entire morning, Canva, Indeed, a bunch of other things were down. So I have no idea if this is about to work or not, but we're gonna try. So it's very quick. I couldn't do the video because of how down Canva was, but the free version, if we go back here, we can see the furniture kind of just appears on top of the other photo. So that is the free version. The pro version is that the furniture just slides in. So you could have the photo previously and then have the furniture slide in. So I'm gonna close the big screen here. I'm gonna go back to because I want to show you exactly how I did it. So with the free version, I have two photos here actually. So I have the regular photo that was taken. So that's the background photo. Then I have the second photo here with the staging. So I put it exactly on top of the one that we used for staging. And all I did was I just cut off the section of the photo that has nothing in it. So I cut it all the way down to where the staged furniture starts. And I went up to click animate. And I clicked the fade option. You can click whatever one you want. You can use pan, you can use raw, like whatever animation you want. I like the fade one. I think it's pretty cool. And if you wanted to use it on enter, on exit to make the furniture go away, anything like that. So that is a way to do it, is to use the two photos and just cut the part off by dragging the line down, cut off the majority of the photo, and just have it right on top of the other one. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So then the pro version, again, two photos. So you have your original photo here, and you have the staged photo on top of it. But with a pro account, you can actually use the background remover option. So all I did was I clicked on the photo, I clicked background remover, and it removed everything in the background, the windows, the walls, the fireplace, everything. Now, that being said, it also removed the pictures that they put hanging on the wall. So it's a little too good, but it does give you the idea of what the furniture would look like. So you would be able to do a video based on this furniture coming in by using, again, the animation tool. So I have the furniture just panning on in there. So thank you, Julia, for that very good idea. I really liked that. And yeah, that was very cool.
Michelle?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Where did you get the staged photo, or did you just is it professionally done?
Yeah, so the photos, I used a company called Bella Virtual Staging, and they're based out of Vancouver, and it's all online. You send them 5 photos, or up to 5 photos in that package that we use. I think you can use more, but you just send them the photos. They have a whole design catalog, and you get to pick either exactly what type of living room or bedroom that you want, or you can give them a general idea. They have 5 different styles. There's like classic, modern, then there's one that's like really like loud and out there, like bright color furniture, stuff like that. And you just tell them, okay, I would like this design, but you go ahead and you do whatever you think looks nice. And then they send them all back to you in a Dropbox. And you just say, okay, I like this or I don't like that. And they edit it for you. And once you like it, they're like, okay, they're yours. Go ahead.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So that's Bella Virtual Staging, what we use.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that was one of the designs come to life. Matthew, do you want to talk a little bit about us doing the video walkthrough on Saturday? How did you find that?
Oh, yeah, it was fun, and we got a lot of views already, so it was a successful post.
Yeah.
It took like minutes.
It really did. It did not take very long. There were some very funny bloopers out of it, I will say. Both on my end and Matthew. Like you have to believe that that's just how it's going to be. You're going to have bloopers, but I say use them. They're pretty funny. They're good hooks too. You'll notice today I have one going out, and the hook is literally a blooper, and then it goes into the house tour. It's pretty funny. Um, but yeah, so I really liked the designs come to life idea last week. I thought that was very good. I know that I took it on myself to do the designs and do the videos and stuff. So this week we have one more week left. It's our second last Tuesday. And I want everyone to share right now a goal that they're going to set for this week and share it with us. And we're going to hold each other accountable on what we're going to do this week based on social media. So remember, we talked about Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We talked about short form videos, long form videos. We talked about advertising. We talked about getting people from your social media into your database. There's so much we've talked about. There's got to be at least one thing I've shared the last month that someone was like, oh, I should do that. Yes, Matthew.
Do some paid ads on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, Matthew's doing paid ads on Facebook and Instagram. While everyone is thinking, I do want to share, Matthew's actually given me my goal based on what he did yesterday. Matthew, do you want to share with everyone what you did yesterday?
I called up all my database and I got like 30 new emails, and I found out I knew a counselor in Caledon. So we're going to have a meeting with him on Saturday at our open house. So definitely a good 2 hours I put in.
Yeah, 2 hours, 30 new emails all in the database and a meeting. Yay.
And how easy was it? Like, was it difficult? Was it hard to pick
Some
up the
people
phone?
call me back and they're so happy to talk and excited that I got my license and very positive. Some people didn't get back to me, which is also interesting.
I thought we were friends.
It's always the one you least expect.
Yes, yes.
Like all the people that still open my emails are people I haven't talked to in like 10 years. And then the people that either ignore me or delete my emails, it's all my family.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, come on. But no, based on that, my goal is going to be to get at least, what am I going to do? 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to say at least 30 people from my social media following into my database. So that's like about 5, I would say 5 a day. 30 people from social media into database. Nancy, what's your goal going to be?
Oh dear. Does it, okay. I'm kind of like thinking, and I was thinking about this at about 2 o'clock this morning because, that's when I think.
Oh, you could have thought he emailed me at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but the difference is men go right back to sleep. Women lay there staring at the ceiling for 3 hours before and they pee like 4 times. So that's the difference. I was thinking,
Okay, sorry.
this is going to sound really off the wall, but I was thinking more of like I guess you call it a long YouTube video where I was,
Okay.
or maybe Sherry can help me with the TikTok of just different like photos of like, this is Sundridge, this is South River, this is Berks Falls. Kind of like what we talked about before about not making it all about real estate.
Yeah, I like that.
It's going to be a little,
Okay, I'm gonna hold.
it's going to be
I'm
a
gonna
bit
hold you
quirky.
to that. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. And the reason I'm gonna hold you to that is because Spencer's grandparents live in South River.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to be able to send them the video and be like, hey.
Yeah, well, I've got a plan in mind. I'll tell you when there's other people listening. And
Okay.
actually, part of this was being put up to it by you, but part of it is like I've got Mia chirping at me all the time.
I have an idea for you, Nancy. Why don't you do a series, a 1 minute video of why live in whatever area, right? So now you as a realtor, you can say, well, why would you want to live here? Here's why. Founded in 1800, Southridge, blah, blah, blah. And it has this kind of population and growth and all that kind of stuff. That's fascinating. I would watch that because it's only 1 minute long. I don't have to dedicate too much time. And you're giving me the information of why would I want to live there?
Um, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I have an idea that kind of fits my personality going into this. So,
Yeah, I like this idea. And then we can always continue on into something that's maybe a little bit more specific. But any place we're starting, I'm going to be happy with, okay?
okay.
Okay. I saw Alroy on the call, Julia. I know there's some other people here, Caitlin, Hunter, there's some other guys here too. Anyone want to speak up on what their goal is, or shall I start calling on people again?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Hunter. Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me okay with
Hello.
this mic? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to do a long format video of a location in the sort of Caledon corridor. So it will be a long form YouTube of an event to take the family to.
Nice. Oh, good. I like that. Really focusing on the community where you are, family area. I like that a lot. Julia, did I see you about to share?
Unmute. I just unmuted. Thanks. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue working on my CRM going into Lofty, but I hadn't really put it on my radar to transfer from the social media into that, which I don't know why it wasn't on my radar, but I'll work on that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna copy you, Michelle.
Yes. Fantastic. The socials to database. It's really like it can be untapped. And James actually on the call here, he's someone I was actually, we have we're going to be having a new agent join us. And one of my questions to him was, where is your database? Because we've had agents like James who maybe don't have a lot of people, a lot of emails, anything like that, but they have a lot of people in their socials that like to interact with them, that love seeing what they're up to and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that the people that are seeing us are in our database just as much as we want to see our database making sure that they're being updated with listings and our socials and stuff like that. Alroy, do you have one for me?
Just one.
I mean,
please, I'm on a mission to start up some YouTube ads, but I haven't.
YouTube ads.
Yeah, I'm doing Google ads, which are doing okay. I just took over that program myself. I flushed my ad manager, so I'm doing it myself, kind of. But I want to add YouTube ads to it. I figured Google's only got so much, but YouTube's got some more. I just haven't figured out how to go about that. So
I like that. I like that YouTube ads. You already got the Google ads going.
Weren't you, Alroy, the person for horticulture and like greenhouses and all of that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I post to
What
my
about videos
LinkedIn
like
about
that?
some
Like,
of that stuff.
yeah, why not do 1 minute videos or so of, a greenhouse of somebody in the area that has a greenhouse and just quickly visiting them and saying, hey, check out this greenhouses and what they're growing in there. I think that would be fascinating to see.
Yeah, but here's the issue. Her greenhouse growers don't like outsiders coming into the place for contamination problems. It's a no-no.
Film it on the outside.
Outside's pretty boring when you're looking at 300 feet of glass wall.
Although I'd love to see you do it in a hazmat suit. So if that's
I have a hazmat suit that could be arranged, but
Well, we have a few other people on the call. I know James might not be in a position where he can answer right now, but Caitlin, Kaleem, any goals that you guys want to share with us?
I just got my license, so I haven't actually jumped into social media professionally yet. I don't have a separate account. I don't know if I'm going to use my personal account. I'm kind of in this weird limbo. I like all the ideas, but I haven't done anything. And I'm just at that weird stage, like, can I promote myself like comfortably? I'm just not there yet. But I do really want to start sending my Google page out to, because I have done a couple deals in the past month just to get some reviews and stuff like that. On my
Awesome. Caitlin, is this the first regional call you're joining us on?
I've been on other like social, like a couple weeks ago. I did
Okay.
a social, yeah, one with you, and then I've kind of been
Yeah,
on with Kathy
so-
before, just like in the
Yeah.
background because we're side by side, so we don't typically log in together.
Oh yeah, the echo would be rough.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, definitely I would say the social media power hours are a great place to start. And if you're up for it, I'd love to book a one-on-one, just the two of us, and go through my thoughts on social media. I've helped a lot of our agents just when they're getting started with social media. Matthew's raising his hand. But yeah, if you're up for it, I'd love to be able to reach out to you and book a one-on-one so we can get
Yeah.
that started.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. Kaleem?
For me would be adding in clients to my database. I always want to add them in, so when I meet them, I have the information, but I get busy and I forget to add them in. So I got a whole bunch of clients that are not on my database that should be in there. So that'll be something to work on. And additional, after we're done with this, looking forward to booking a one-on-one with you to go through the whole social media and then
Yes.
go from there. And sort of my bigger goal later on is to start doing videos for my YouTube channel to get that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we have a couple of bunnies that I want to incorporate into those videos that are in the house running around stuff. So I'll do some videos. I've taught them some tricks that they do. They do the high five and they jump and they stand up and spin and all kinds of stuff. So I like to make videos of that and then we'll post those as well.
Oh, I love that. And
So,
it's those types of things that like show your personality. And as Nancy was saying, making content that is inclusive of your personality and who you are is the stuff that people actually connect with. And I do always like to go back to Alroy's social media video. I think it was last year.
yeah.
Alroy, was it the turkey chasing you or
The
Nancy's
hogs in the
already left?
field. The hogs in the field are
Oh,
chasing me around.
yes.
The pigs.
And it was just one of those things that like people connected with because it was funny. And
Yeah,
it's
I still
totally
get
Alroy's
stopped.
person.
People that know me still stop me and mention that video.
So it's definitely those things. So Kaleem, I think that's great. And yeah, I'll definitely reach out after this and book a one-on-one so we can get started on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
These are awesome goals, guys. Thank you. I do appreciate you guys sharing. Sometimes I'm worried I'm breaking everybody's brain and no one's actually listening, but I do appreciate it. I know how much time you guys have put into attending these sessions and following up with all the videos and everything like that. So I do really appreciate it. Like I said, we have one left. Crazy. But yeah, this was awesome. Does anyone want to share anything? Whether it can be about what we talked about today or anything else concerning social media, AI, goal setting, videos, anything like that. Yeah, Matthew.
Small business spotlight. It's starting to catch on. I've got like 4 or 5 businesses lined up now. I'm doing 2 more tonight as well.
That's awesome.
I might have to switch back to weekly.
That's awesome. And that's that consistency, right? Doing those spotlights of local businesses and stuff like that, local businesses, they want to see more traction for their own business. And frankly, they don't want to do it by themselves.
Kind of like what Scott said as well about including the seller or whatever. When you go on other pages, I find there's a lot more comments and stuff of people you wouldn't normally talk to because they're more comfortable to comment on their friend's page as opposed to on your real estate page. Right?
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else have final thoughts or anything like that? No. Okay, well, these are good goals, guys. Have them all in my book. So accountability next week. Even I'm on here too, guys. So accountability for myself, and I know you guys can do these goals. These are definitely, I think, equal to everybody's personality. So that's one of the key things with social media is you have to enjoy it. It is not your job to be a content creator. It's your job to be in real estate. Social media is just a part of the process. And we want to make it fun. We want to make it easy. And I think all of these things really attribute to your personality and who each of you are. So I'm looking forward to seeing them and catching up with you guys next week. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Michelle.
You're welcome.